Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for my client Emma's vlog. And Emma has felt a little weak the last couple weeks because she's finally back into training full time. Again, had a lot of stuff going on. Wasn't able to commit on the level she does most of the time, but now she's back at it. She's like, you know what? I feel weak, and because I feel weak, I'm motivated. We're going to get in, we're going to get back to where we were, and then start progressing again. Because for those who are unaware, our best lifts were a 155 bench. She had hit, I believe, a 245 back squat. She's pulled at least 315 on both sumo and conventional. And we actually had an easy 1 pound PR once on the sumo with 316. She just went up a pound. She has done 12 bodyweight chin-ups before. Right? Overall, pretty strong for a non-competitor. Pretty strong even for a competitor. But, you know, I think that's the thing that people have to remember with Emma. She doesn't compete in anything anymore, right? She has been an athlete formerly. Now she just wants to be strong, fit, be healthy, look good. Okay? That's what we do. And I treat her like an athlete in regards to that because she has that sort of background. And so I strength train her just like I would any of my power lifters. You know, and accordingly, though, and I think what people forget with her and her husband's lifestyle, it's not always easy to train the way that they want year round, right? They have a lot of social things happening. They have business stuff happening. It's just the way it is. And so she went through a phase of that. And then we'll go through a phase now to where she makes really crazy gains again. You know, we maintain the best we can. And then she comes back and gets better and better and better. You know, and it's always funny, there are people who are like, well, you know, she should stay committed. It's like she was committed for years. What are you talking about? We had a 2-year run of full commitment. She's also competed in multiple sports in her life, including track and field, bikini, everything else. You know, it's a lot of times these short timers who say stuff like that. People who've only been training a few years. They don't understand. People will, especially if they're not competing, will have, you know, periods like that, and that's okay. They just don't get it. They don't understand. But, you know, she stays in touch as a client, and we keep her accountable and get her to get the workout she can get during that time, because her and Louie are on for life. They're lifers on my team. You know, that's what they told me from day one. Like, we plan on sticking this out in the long term. As long as you plan on coaching, we want to be on. It's like, awesome. So they have pretty much lifetime slots. All right, her week went pretty good on a lot of the stuff, though. She did a football bar bench, floor press, I mean. She wasn't happy with the number because it wasn't a PR, and that's okay. And then she did closed grip benching. We did chin-ups, upright rows, some band press downs. Max effort day, we did a box squat with a safety bar, and I believe it was pretty respectable, but it wasn't up into true PR territory. So we're coming back, and realistically, it's going to take about a month to really start getting back to hitting true maxes again to where she was, possible PRs, things like that, because we have to rebuild any lost tissue that may have been lost along the way. A little bit of muscle was probably lost, not a lot. And like when I say a little bit, we don't mean pounds of muscle, right? We're talking ounces. We're talking talking about the amount of muscle she can regrow in 2 weeks, right? But we also have to deal with the detraining of the neurological system, things like that. But she'll bounce back quick, because she knows how to train. She commits hard. And again, it's about getting sleep, stress management, travel back on point. And travel was a big part of it. Okay? Travel is a big part of it. So everything's back in flow. So then the lower day, we did split squats. She did glute ham raises, reverse hypers, hanging leg raises. Okay? After her box squat max. All right, speed day. This is looking pretty good. She does her normal rotation of speed bench with bands. Because we don't run a lot of different bars for her, I don't run chains. I just keep a lot of her speed benching the same year round. I rotate her max work, supplemental pressing a lot more. You know, I just keep her with traditional waves on speed work. We keep it very, very traditional, which is 9x3. We run fairly heavy band tension. We rotate 3 sets wide, medium, close. That is a very textbook standard West Side type speed bench template. And it works for her. works for her just fine as long as we continue to build the muscle and we get some maxes in, which is what all the other supplemental work is for. So after that, on this day, we do some dumbbell presses right now. She does chin-ups, do the upright rows, and we do more band press downs. And again, I want to keep pushing those band press downs. I want to work on that for her. And if I start seeing true tricep weakness, we can start adjusting, the other stuff. Same thing with the shoulder work. If we start seeing overuse, I can always take her over to dumbbell and cable work for her shoulders, which is always an option for us. Again, she's got dumbbells, she's got a cable station, and we've done that in the past, and we may be at a point where we do some of that soon. And she doesn't like dumbbell lateral raises. They seem to cause a little bit of inflammation in her shoulder. I like them personally, but some of my lifters, I put them into rotations kind of like I do for shoulders. If they need the extra shoulder specialization, similar to what I do right now, I have a couple people doing that. So those are options, but I do like upright rows for a lot of lifters also, and they work well for her, and they don't cause inflammation in her shoulder. So that's the main thing we look at with each of these lifters. We look at overuse, we look at inflammation when we're putting that sort of stuff in. And for the most part these days, I just keep her with mostly flat pressing because we can always do these other movements, to build her shoulders up. She doesn't care about the overhead press, right? And most people don't. Some of my lifters do. And those who do, we work it. And those who don't, a lot of times if we want the extra front delt work, we can do front raises, we can do seated dumbbell presses, all that stuff. All right, her speed day, we do her speed boxes with bands on the safety bar, and we get that broken up a little bit when she does travel. By the way, people will notice a lot of times we just do that stuff with straight bars or straight weight when she travels, so that's the time we break up the monotony on the speed squats, but otherwise I keep them fairly constant. I occasionally adjust percentages and sets, as necessary. Have her doing good mornings on this day. We do glute ham raises, we do reverse hypers, and hanging leg raises. Again, these 4 movements are all major staples for me. A lot of my lifters use them very, very heavily. She happens to use all 4 of them heavily. And why not? She has the equipment. We have all the equipment to do all of them. She has specialty bars to rotate good mornings. We have a glute ham raise. We have a reverse hyper. We have slings to do leg raises. So we make good use of that stuff. And in her case, because she's got quite long legs, we tend to have to work hamstrings pretty hard. Hamstrings can very much limit her deadlifting, but she's got a good deadlift. She does have a good deadlift. So we have, thickened her hamstrings up quite a bit. And it's very obvious when you see her legs that we've done a lot of hamstring and glute work. We've done a lot of it because she's quite tall with long legs. So it is actually fairly difficult for someone with her frame to fill that area out, and she has. So that's the reason her deadlift is, up past 3 plates plus with either style, because of the hamstring work. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.